All right, Shalom. Start first by giving all praises and glories unto Yahawashi, Ba'ashem, Harakak, Double honor to the elder apostles at Great Millstone who rule well and have and are preparing us for all the things we need to earn our salvation. And greetings, salutations, and blessings unto the hopeful elect that give their life and diligence into earning their salvation. Shalom unto you. All right, this is Brother Shaquat from the Las Vegas camp. And this is my response, personal response. We did a camp response last night, live show, to the big question. So this will be my personal response to the big question. And it's just another element of it. This is the beauty of this question, so to speak, that has arisen in the spirit that the elder apostle Gabar has put out there, is a very important question. This is what this Hebrew Israelite thing is really all about. Okay? And what it's really all about is faith. Okay? Do you have the faith to endure everything that Yahawashi will test you and try you with? Okay? When he unleashes this damn devil, the so-called white man, Esau, and this whole system to destroy you, and all the ills and pitfalls that come with this truth. Are you prepared to deal with those things? It's funny because as I think about it, a lot of you guys are scared to even go out on the street and put the garment on and teach in front of hostile crowds or just edify, or scared to go through the deep studying of the Hebrew and the breakdowns of these mysteries, these dark sayings in the scriptures, prophecies. So it's easy to see what you're going to be about when that day comes, because the day is coming. Let me say it like this. Let me establish this first. The day is coming, okay? But I mean the day is coming. The day of the Lord is coming, meaning there's going to be a time where everybody's got to deal with persecution. Okay? I don't mean like, oh, I just had a bad day. No, I'm talking about to where your life is on the line every day, to where they will gather you up during the time of martial law and throw you in prisons and bring you. I'm going to read all of this. Okay? I'm going to read it. And I'm only going to read Matthew the 10th chapter. I'll probably roughly paraphrase some other chapters and other scriptures. But the point being, this chapter alone is a stiff warning about what it's like to be a man of the Lord, a disciple, a prophet, an Hebrew Israelite in 2018, going forward, until this thing is all the way over, until the missiles hit, till we're delivered up in those chariots, okay? It's only going to get worse. All right, so with that being established, that these things are coming, whether you believe it or not, when these things come down, will you have enough faith to stand in that day, just to not deny Yahawashi, okay? So this is what the basis of this lesson is about in this chapter. It's a stiff warning from Yahawashi to his disciples, to the 12 in particularly, because the top of the chapter names the 12. All right, his disciples. So and then when they go out and teach and so on and so forth. But the point that I want to make is a lot of you guys out there and these other Israelite groups that and as teachers and as the heads of these schools and these and these camps, the alphabet groups, and I name a few, IUICs, not even just the one West, you Israelites, you Yahweh ben Yahwehs, inside of One West, the ISUPKs, all the other, IOC, GOCC, all these other groups, right? Is your head of that church truly preparing you for what's coming down? For when Esau rolls on the men of the Lord, okay? Not just Jake, because he's going to roll on Jake. He's going to roll on you so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans, okay? You're the real Israelites that the Bible speaks of. The so-called white man, the devil, Esau, according to the Bible, he's going to roll on you without question. But he's also going to roll on the men of the Lord. And there won't be a pre-tribulation rapture that you get, that you just escape all things. No. It says, if the righteous scarcely be saved, okay? Meaning the righteous will scarcely be saved. Where should the ungodly and the sinner appear? All right? Those that obey not the word of the Most High God. All right? And I believe that's in Peter, the 4th chapter. 1 Peter, the 4th chapter. But anyway, so the point that I want to make in this video is we have to, when you count the cost of this thing, you have to count it completely. Now, I'm going to even go this deep to say it like this, all right? Just so you people understand this. Everybody's going to have to deal with this. If you're an Israelite or not, if you believe in this thing or not, you're going to have to deal with this. The only other option to this, that you won't get this, that you won't get either catch missiles or go through this tribulation and defamation and slander and persecution and all of those things, is if you take the chip, which you're going to catch the missiles with that. Or the only way to get out of this, to totally escape it, and you got to go through it, but that you will make it through the end, is through it. Is to be of the elect of Yahawashi. Let's establish that. This is the only way through it. All right? Like in the movie Inception, the only way out is to keep going. You know, when they realized the plan was messed up, they said, well, the only way out is to keep going deeper and finishing the plan. Okay? The plan is to finish the work and to finish completely. Shalom, Maki, Yahawashi, Shabrakatah. This is Hawaii, Gabar Yahweh, Shalom. Anyway, so I'm gonna start it now. So pretty much Matthew 10 and 16. I'm just kind of trying to go down. It says, "Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves." And when we brought this out last night in the live show, sheep really don't fight back, man. They don't really have a mode of defense. Their defense is the shepherd. Who's our shepherd? Yahawashi is our shepherd. You know, we need Yahawashi and the host of heaven to defend us, the spirit to defend us. We don't have a defense for ourselves, okay? We're defenseless. The shepherd has to protect. We're not like a wolf that has sharp teeth or claws, or lions that have sharp teeth and claws and all of that. You know, agility. You know, we don't have those things. Sheep is pretty much just prey, you know? And wolves are more of the predator. Okay, it says, "Be ye therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves." You got to be smart in this thing. And the point I want to make is counting the cost. You have to have been able to understand the big picture before you come into this thing. All right, you have to have counted the cost fully, that you would have to go through all these things and possibly be beheaded in this thing. All right. That's what it boils down to. You will be defamed. You will be all the negativities that you can think of in this world today will come upon you as a man of the Lord, and at the end you'll be killed. But on the other side of this, you have endless glory, endless, all the glory and the riches that the Heavenly Father and Yahawashi have set up for us. But you have to have tunnel vision and count the cost. Is all of this that I'm suffering for on this side going to be worth it? Hey, I don't know how long I got to suffer through this thing. The apostles, I'm sure when they first 20, 30 something years ago came in this, they didn't think they would go all the way to 2018. When they came in the 80s and the 90s, they was like, they couldn't have been thinking that they'd be in this thing all the way in 2018. But it doesn't, the character of those men endured all the way through. You know, and that's what it's all. Shalom. I could barely see the comments, but we'll just keep going. But that's what you gotta set your mind to do. No matter how long it is, this is just what we do. All right. It says, "But beware of men, for they will deliver you up to councils, and they will scourge you in the synagogues." Yeah, they're gonna really hurt you in this thing. They're gonna deliver you up and want to know, hey, why are you out there tormenting? Saying death to America, saying, what's that language you're speaking? They want to know all the ins and outs of this thing, and they're going to ask you, and they're going to torture you. They're going to use their interrogation tactics to get you. When you come into this thing, you have to know that a lot of guys are coming in. A lot of the new fruit that you see coming in, that you see on these comment boards, that you see, not you brothers though, but anyway, but that you see coming in and watching and saying, walk by the camp, shalom, but don't stop. And all of this. Yeah, it's cool that you're a Hebrew Israelite. But what else? What else do you got? How deep does your faith truly go? What are you willing to give up in your daily life, in your everyday life of your own personal self to earn your salvation? Are you willing to go out on the streets and teach, to study, to show thyself approved, and then to go out and teach what you know? Are you willing to do that? Are you willing to be beheaded for this thing? You know, matter of fact, real quick, I had an image of that. Let me see if I can bring it up. Bear with me 1 second, Akim. Yeah. It's just a little meme type deal. Yeah, are you willing to get up under that? Because this devil Esau got those. He just went and ordered a bunch of them during the Obama administration. He ordered a bunch of those. He ordered a bunch of hollow point bullets. So they're going to do firing squad things. All of this, man. Are you willing to deal with this? This is what's going to come. All right? This is what's going to come at the end of this thing. And I'm going to bring this image back later, but I just wanted to kind of show this to say, is this, you know, when you count the big costs, and if you tuned into this video and you don't, or you, whenever you check this video out, this is what this video is about. Are you willing to do this to earn your salvation? You know, and when you go into the apostles' videos and other brothers' videos that they've been doing on this topic, there's a way for us to escape this. Even once our head is on the other side of it, in the basket on the other side, and our body's on the other side of the guillotine. We've escaped because our righteous works have followed us if we die in the Lord. Brothers are bringing that out all day. But the topic of my video is, you got to count the cost if you're able to finish this thing. Because this might be the finishing of your work right here. Okay, this might be how your ending ends. We signed up. Those that signed up and put our hand to the plow, this is what we signed up, worst case scenario for. Okay? Best case scenario, we make it into the chariot and we get to come new bodies and so on. You know, there's plenty of that out there. We talk about that all day, but like the apostle said, the ugly side of the truth. This is the ugly side of the truth. This devil got this stuff set up for us. Okay? Let me go back. All right, so it says, verse 18, it says, and ye shall be brought before governors and kings for my sake, for a testimony against them and the Gentiles. Yeah, for all that hell that we're giving this place, man. We're chatting down this place. Babylon, a.k.a. Sodom and Gomorrah, Sodom and Egypt, a.k.a. Nineveh, a.k.a. Egypt, a.k.a. United States of America. Okay, and all the lands that the so-called white man rules, okay? Because you're Esau according to the Bible, and your end has to come to an end. Thus saith the Bible. That is our faith, to get our reward against you, to watch our enemies, which you and the other nations are our enemies, be destroyed by the hand of our Heavenly Father through His Son, okay? We got to deal with this. We got to consider all these things before we put our hand to the plow, because once you put your hand to the plow, you're guilty. But I have to tell you this, if you even click on a Hebrew Israelite video, Esau ain't gonna give a shit, man. He just gonna come and get you. You think he ain't keeping these IP addresses and all that in his cloud, in his computer system? He's doing all that, man. So you gotta understand that. You gotta understand that when you get into this thing, it's all or nothing, man. Okay? It'd be better if you were ice cold to this thing, or fervent, fiery on you know, hot on this for this thing. All that lukewarm, clicking and watching and being entertained, you know, checking it out on WarStar. Nah, man. Get in this thing to build up your faith that you will have what you need to survive in that day of evil. Okay? Reading on, it says 19, but when they deliver you up, take no thought how or what ye shall speak. For it shall be given you in that same hour what ye shall speak. And that'll be the spirit that'll be given unto you. You know, like Stephen had the spirit on him when he dropped that down before the councils. And that's another Salaki, that's another example to build our faith up of what happened. But they killed him. And you could be killed too. But he gave his testimony. So those things are gonna happen again. When you sign up, you gotta sign up for that possibly happening to you. More than likely, understanding that that's possibly going to happen to you. Okay? It says, for it is not that ye speak, but the Spirit of your Father which speaketh in you. Yahawashi by Hashem Harakah Kodash is going to speak for you in that day. You just got to be in the spirit. You have to have done all to be fervent in the spirit, that the spirit flows through you in that moment. And that's not of our doing. Okay? It says 21, it says, and the brother shall deliver up the brother, and the brother shall deliver up the brother to death. Your own brother in this truth could deliver you up, a spy or somebody, or a brother that lost faith might deliver you up. Your natural brother might deliver you up. Okay? A friend, your best friend from the world might deliver you up. You know, when they realize it's you, oh, this dude, I knew he was crazy. All of that, man. You have to count all these possibilities and costs. But the scriptures have told you that the cost, the total, the culmination, so the apostle used the word, of this cost is that you can be killed for this thing in a very harsh and painful way. The example of the Maccabees, when you go in the second Maccabees, especially like the 6th and 7th chapter, you can really see the things that they went through in the moment and how they stood stiffly in the moment. That's written there for our learning, written aforetime for our learning. You know, that we can count that cost and be like, you know what, do I have the character, the integrity to do that in that day when all hell's breaking loose? You know? Anyway, it says, and the father, the child, and the children shall rise up against their parents and cause them to be put to death. Are you willing to lose your whole family? Like watch them be put to death in front of you? You know? A brother I know from the LA camp, the brother Dawada, he had a dream when he first came into the truth about his whole family and his woman and all that being put to death and looking at him sideways about it. You know? Man, when he was first coming into the camps. You know, when he's coming into the truth like that. And that blew us away. It blew me away. I never forgot that. You know, it says, and ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake. You know, for the name of Yahawashi, you're going to be hated. GMS is already known as the worst, the sickest group of all the groups, all the Israelite groups, right? But how when you go to Matthew the 5th chapter, it says, blessed are ye when men revile you, when you're persecuted for my name's sake. All these things are written there so you can be built up. Are you able to endure all those things leading up to your decapitation? You know, to your brutal death? You know, as a martyr though, not as just as an unhonorable death, but as an honorable death. You know, you have to consider these things. All right. It says, but he that endureth to the end shall be saved. All right. You got to make it through all of this. It says, but when they persecute you in this city, flee ye into another city. Are you ready to be a nomad, going from city to city, be on the run, going from city to city? Are you ready? Are you prepared to do that? Also, you can push the word out and somebody receive you. You break down a dream or a revelation somebody had that clicks them and wakes them up. You know, while you're an outlaw, I don't want to use the word outlaw. What's the other word I want to use? When you're on the run, basically the word escapes me. But when you're on the run from Esau's troops, you know, from this government, from the police or whatever. All because you're not because you did a crime, but because you stand stiffly for the name of Yahawashi. Do you think those stories in the books of Acts when the men was out there and they was chasing them down and hunting them down, and even Yahawashi in the Gospels, you think that wasn't written there because we're gonna have to go through it? It's gonna say that. It's about to say it now. Let me finish. It says, but when they persecute you in this city, flee ye into another. For verily I say unto you, ye shall not have gone over the cities of Israel till the Son of Man be come. The disciple is not above his master, nor the servant above his Lord. If Yahawashi went through it, we got to go through it. If the apostles went through it back in 2001 with the whole 9/11 thing, we got to go through it. And they're probably going to go through it again. I'm sure they are. And guess what? They're going to shut down the internet. Ain't going to be no communication. Ain't going to be no calling. Hey, brother, you all right? Ain't going to be none of that. We going to be chilling one night or one day or whatever. Shit going to hit the fan and they're going to kick the doors in. Someone's going to be taken. Word going to get out that was going on. Brother might be doing a live show before that. They're going to cut the communication and we're going to have to just run off and figure out whatever else? Are you prepared to deal with that? Not knowing where your next meal gonna come from. Not knowing the next time you might see a brother's face. Are you prepared in your spirit to have to deal with that before you sign up for this thing with your blood, man? Okay? Because when you sign up with your blood, your life is now on the line. This is a matter of life and death coming into this truth. But if you endure to the end, like it just said, if you endure to the end, you have been chosen for life. Okay? Anyway, it says 25. It is enough for the disciple that he be as his master and the servant as his Lord. Going through the same things. Okay? If they have called the master of the house Beelzebub, which was a demon or a devil, so to speak, as I forgot what the word is, like Baal something, I forgot. It says, how much more shall they call them of his household? How many more of the disciples, those that believe? If Yahawashi went through it, how much more are you going to be demonized? Okay? It says, fear them not, therefore, for there is nothing covered that shall not be revealed, and hid that shall not be known. So, especially the truth. Because the church like to use that as you can't keep no secrets from the church, blah. This is about the truth of the real men of the Lord is going to come out. Of what we really did and did not do. That's going to come out, man. Our real righteous works will be revealed in that day. Okay? And we got to deal with it. And for you that think this Israelite thing is all rainbows and cussing the white man out, you're sadly mistaken, man. It's a lot more to it than that. It's cool at this point with things, and is that, but we can feel it rising. You can feel it. If you're in the spirit, you can feel it rising to a more negative time coming. Okay? Well, things is not as easy as it once was. Brother like me, I came in 07, 08. It was nice and breezy and easy, but we thought we hastened the day like it was tomorrow. Like the shit was going to hit the fan tomorrow. And that's the attitude you got to have. And you just push on, and don't consider it about how long you've been doing it. It's just part of what you do. Okay? But when this does hit the fan, you guys coming in, you're not built up like that with all these years of experience. So you got to get quick understanding of this thing. You got to, and in the video when we came in, it was only 1 or 2. We had to wait a few hours, even a few days to catch the video for the next video to be uploaded. Now, the internet has been completely flooded with this Israelite thing and all the wisdom. Just Great Millstone alone floods the internet with this wisdom, okay? So there's so much out there that you can always constantly be learning, and also fulfills what it said about the unicorn. But anyway, so in the net, it says, 27, what I tell you in darkness, that ye speak in light, that speak ye in light, and what ye hear in the ear, that preach ye upon the housetops. Yeah. What you heard through the Spirit, you go out and teach that, man. What the Spirit reveals unto you about this word, teaching and about the prophecies and connect it to real life for these people. Okay? That takes some study as well. You got to be up on current events. People want to go watch the ball game or whatever, or go out to the club, whatever you want to do. You might have to sacrifice that more often than not to gain this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding out of this Bible. Okay? Anyway, it says, are not 2 sparrows sold as a farthing? No. Salaki, I went too far. Verse 28, which is kind of the point. It says, and fear not them which kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul. This is what you have to understand about this. If you prove true, even through death, they can kill your body, but they cannot kill your soul, your spirit. Okay? And this was a scripture that when I understood the big point of this, I said, you know what? At least I'll die an honorable death, man. As a somebody in Yahawashi, in the Most High God, versus as a nobody in the world, just another 2/3 nigga that just getting killed. Because I saw all the Illuminati videos, I saw all the New World Order videos, and I was scared, man. This white man can't be stopped. This man gonna come down crazy on us. I see all the stuff he's doing. you know? And when my cousin are watching this, we're like, oh, shit. Well, when you run into the truth and they tell you, hey, there's a way to escape what this white man's about to do to you. And it's through this Bible and then through this belief and through this ministry. When you start picking that up, I sat back, counted the cost. It took me 2 weeks to truly count the cost. And what's funny is, just a quick testimony, and before it went down, the brother was trying to, and he's in the truth still. My cousin, he's like, hey man, this word is for you, man. You got to come check it out. And I'm like, yeah, I got to go do some worldly shit, some 2/3 shit. I got to smoke this. I got to go, get this money. I'm just all this worldly shit that I had plans in my own mind. As I go to go to that job site to go to work, a cop car comes across the street and tries to kill me with his SUV. And I remember hearing the spirit, I know it's the spirit now, hearing a voice in my head back then that said, live or die now. And in that split moment, I had to decide if I was going to live or die. And I said, live, threw it in first gear, pulled up, and he missed me. Well, he didn't miss the car, but he was coming to kill me on the driver's side and hit me in a car accident. But he hit the back of my car and the axle and the strongest part of the car. And that's how I came into the truth. I sat there 2 weeks trying to figure that out. And I counted the cost in that same 2 weeks. Then I hopped on. And been running ever since. Lord willing, I endured to the end. But that's what this thing is about. You have to have that moment to see the big picture and say, can I deal with it? And I said, if I could possibly die randomly like this, I didn't know then that it wasn't random. If I could die randomly like this, then hey man, what chances do I have? This is my only chance is through this truth. And that's the truth. If you live, especially if you live in America, your only chance, well really, if you're Jake anyway, because you got to be an Israelite to make it, and all the wicked Israelites that don't make it going to be killed off. You got to, man. We can't keep that wickedness on the planet. Okay, so only the elect is going to go through. So as you're Israelite, so-called Negro, Latino, Native American, or confusion and faith scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, you'll be coming back into it, but you have to die if you don't get chosen. So to not die, and I mean like killed. So to not die is the only way that you can not die is going through this truth. Salakia for the bumbling of the tongue there, but I believe you brothers may understand what I mean by that. The only way to make it through this thing is to not die. I mean, to go through this truth. Okay? All the way endure to the end. Anyway, but you have to be chosen for that. It says, 28, and fear not them which kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul. But rather fear him which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell. In torments, in the grave, in pain, and all these things. Okay? Not a fiery pit with a damn red devil and a pitchfork down there tormenting you forever and eternity or whatever. No. But all this tribulation and shit that you go through, he can really put you in torments. He can make you crazy. But you gotta talk about the Most High God Yahweh. So you gotta be Esau fucking, you can kill his body. But the Most High God, I don't want him to destroy me and put me in torments, man. Okay? Anyway, it says, are not 2 sparrows sold for a farthing, and one of them shall not fall on the ground without your Father? But the very hairs of your head are all numbered. Fear ye not, therefore, ye are of more value than many sparrows. Okay? Everything happens because the Heavenly Father wants it to happen. He has every hair on your head numbered. He has everything that you went through in your life numbered and measured to what you can be if you were chosen to be a man of the Lord. And I know I had many different men protecting people, just in general, protecting me to make it to this truth. I honestly believed, when I look back at my life, there were people around me that helped preserve me to make it to this truth. There were things like I played basketball and I was so immersed in basketball that I was not in them streets. So a lot of brothers had scenarios like that. Okay, doing whatever they did that built them up. Like I heard about the Illuminati back in '96. All of these things that you go through lead you up to where you are today. And the Most High has calculated and measured all of that for you. You know, it says, anyway, it says, whosoever therefore shall confess me before men, him will I confess also before my Father which is in heaven. And that's what you want, right? He wants to be like, nah, this man has been through it. He had a few downs or whatever, but look at his works. Look what he's still doing. Look, he gave his life. He did all of, you want the Yahawashi to be able to run that down for you. It says, but whosoever shall deny me before men, him will I also deny before my Father which is in heaven. And a lot of you guys that aren't truly built up, that don't know that this day of the Lord is coming, that don't know that the prophets will be persecuted, that the men of the Lord will be delivered up to councils and persecuted and beheaded and become martyrs and all of that didn't know that you're signing up for those things, you're going to fold, man. You're going to fold. A lot of these other Israelite groups are not preparing you for the tribulation, the true tribulation that's coming. Before you sign up, they'll get the numbers in. They'll have the Israelite parties. They'll do the barbecues and cookouts and get you together and be married and weddings and all of that's cool, man. All whatever. But when it comes down to the nitty gritty, the real big question that you should have considered or should have been warned of was, I could possibly, me and my family and all my loved ones could possibly die in this thing. We know we're gonna go through famines, where times where we're not gonna be able to eat or drink or none of that. See another face. I might be separated from my family. I might watch them be killed in front of me. All these things you sign up for all these things when you come into this Israelite thing. And as the apostle brought out in the second part of that big question video, he brought up Project Megiddo, one of them. He brought up Project Megiddo. Might have been the first, but he brought up Project Megiddo. They got black Hebrew Israelites. That's why these other groups like the Vocab Malones and these Christians, Dr. James White, the Edomite, Jesus is the Word, and all those guys, they always want to push out there that we're black Hebrew Israelites. And then there's certain niggas out there, or brothers, I would say, that still have a nigga mentality, to say it more PC for you, that still allow that black Hebrew Israelite thing to be titled on you. We try to make sure here at Great Millstone, we let you know, we're not black Hebrew Israelite, because there's some brothers that don't have dark skin, that look like the so-called white man, but have the spirit of an Israelite in them. There's plenty of Hispanic brothers that aren't dark skinned that's in this truth. Okay? So it's not a black thing. Okay? Because the kingdom's got to come together. The kingdoms, meaning the northern and the southern kingdom, come together as one nation again. Anyway, it says, verse 34, think not that I am come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword. He going to cut up and divide this thing the way it should be. Okay? It says, and a lot of destruction's coming. It ain't going to be rainbows and daisies and cloud floating on cloud nines all the time, man. It's about to get really bad. Now, in the kingdom of heaven, all that's going to be set up beautifully, man. But to get to that, that's why one of my favorite scriptures is 2 Ezra, the 7th chapter. At the beginning of that chapter, it says, I call it the golden child, scripture. That's what I call it, where you got to tiptoe and go through these ills and trials along that path, that narrow path that only one man could pass to get into the riches of the kingdom. This tribulation, the time of Jacob's trouble, hour of temptation, all these things are pitfalls and things that you have to endure through to get to that kingdom. All right? It says, for I am come to set a man at variance against his father, the daughter against her mother, the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. And sometimes, if you may stand stiffly for this truth, the Lord will allow your woman and your children to be persecuted, to see if you're going to fold to try to get them out of that, to see if you're going to fold and not have faith in Yahawashi. All these things have to come. All right? It says, and a man's foes shall be they of his own household, people that you're closest to. All right? It says, he that loveth father or mother more than me is not worthy of me. And he that loveth son or daughter more than me is not worthy of me. And he that taketh not his cross and follow after me is not worthy of me. You have to, and part of that cross is dealing with all the slander and all of the defamation and the demonization and be called terrorists and be put in front of councils and thrown under the guillotine. All these things got to come to you. Matter of fact, I had another image. Let's see if I can pull it up. Bear with me 1 second. Oops. Bear with me 1 second. Let me see what we got here. Salakia. Brothers putting in work, man. Yeah, we want that. When this image finally pops up, are you ready to deal with this? This could be you. This could be you. Okay? Being hung out in front of the public as a public example to stop teaching in the name of Yahawashi. Are you prepared to deal with this? You got to understand that. I'm being graphic and extreme because this is an extreme thing. All right? We're talking about being the lowest on the totem pole of all nations of the planet, of all people on the planet, and becoming the top. That's not going to be without some friction, without some discomfort, and without some anguish and some trouble. It's going to come to be something very difficult. Okay? This could be you. This government and under Trump, you can't throw this, this got to be something that's on the table. And anybody that succeeds Trump, you got to know that they're going to have a mentality like this to be able to do something like this. They ain't going to be all nice Bill Clintons and nice Barack Obama presidents and just happy and gay and all of that. It ain't going to be all of that, man. It's only going to get worse and worse and worse as time goes on here in America and the other parts of the world that are heavily populated with the so-called white man. It's only going to get worse for you. They will make public examples of you like this and like the other image I had. Let me see if I can get it again. No. Salak. Let me see. Yeah. In this. Okay. Second while it comes up. Bear with it 1 second. You know where you'll be beheaded, man. I got to start it over or what I got to do? Search that. Let me search it again. Let me find it for you. And your U.S. government has this set up for you. This guy over here, is that you? But I like this one. Where is it at? The meme. Yeah, it's coming right here. So you can see the instrument at work. Is this you? Are you prepared for this? You going to have the faith to, even with your head in there, to not deny Yahawashi? Before you come into this thing, you have to know that this could possibly be your end. Okay? And you can't be like, no, I didn't mean it. It just was a cool thing. It can't be like that, man, when your head is under there, when you brought it before them councils. You're not going to escape this thing, man. That wise as serpent, harmless as doves. You can't be out wise to deceive Esau in that moment. You're going to have to stand stiffly because that's going to be your end. By the time they gather us up, that's the end of it, man. Ain't going to, okay, after they're going to let me out, I'm going to go back home, hop on the internet, and ain't going to be all of that, man. This is going to be the moment of your life, right there, with your head under there or standing before that council. And that's why the Yahawashi said, the Heavenly Father will put His Spirit of the words to speak in you. Don't think what you should say. I'm going to put the words in your mouth. Okay? To give you what to answer in that day. But you got to be connected in the Spirit. Okay? Because this could easily be the end of you right here. This right here could easily be the end of you. Right there. All right, let me go back. The public hanging, that could easily be your end. All right? The nastiness, the ugliness of these scriptures, man. You got to understand that this is what it's all about. I have music I was supposed to play anyway. It says, let me see, verse 39. He that findeth his life shall lose it, and he that loseth his life for my sake shall find it. We got to be willing to lose our life, to lose our personal ambitions and personal aspirations of what things that we can do in this life to gain Yahawashi. Okay? Because a lot of you want to get in this Israelite thing to blow up on this side, to win awards and so on and so forth from the black unconscious community and whatever else. They want to love all black people and get high fives. We're not here to be loved by anybody, man. We're here to be hated. We're here to deliver bad news. Okay? And to earn our salvation with our righteous works. That's what we're here for. That's our new job. When we sign up for this thing, that's what we're supposed to be doing. Okay? All the cheerleading that other people will come and bring to you, that has nothing to do with what we're here to do. We're here to do the righteous works of Yahawashi, man. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's all. And to earn our salvation, man. Now, do we got to still live our lives while it's on this level? Yes. We got to do what we got to do. Put food on the table, eat, go to work, whatever we got to do. You know? But when the shit hits the fan, this chapter talked about the shit hitting the fan. Once the shit hits the fan, it's only going to be bad coming for you. Anyway, it says, do you have the faith to endure all that bad? Okay? And I quoted 1 Peter, the 4th chapter before, it says, around the 12th verse, it says, thinking not strange concerning the fiery trial. Then you go in the book of Acts, the 14th chapter, what does it tell you? It tells you, through much tribulation, we must enter into the kingdom of heaven. You have to. This is the only way through it. All right? It says, he that receiveth you receiveth me. He that receiveth you receiveth me. And he that receiveth me receiveth him that sent me. The Most High God Yahweh, the totem pole goes back up. So he that receiveth a prophet in the name of a prophet shall receive a prophet's reward. And he that receiveth a righteous man in the name of a righteous man shall receive a righteous man's reward. And whosoever shall give a drink unto one of these little ones a cup of cold water, only in the name of a disciple, verily I say unto you, he shall in no wise lose his reward. So when we're running, fleeing city to city, escaping the I was going to say Roman persecution, but it's the persecution of Babylon, persecution in America or whatever city that you may be in, teaching this word, when they come for us, you know, because in other countries in South America, they're already gathering these brothers up, man. I'm trying to think which was it Peru? There's brothers down in South America that's already, it might have been Jamaica or somewhere. I don't remember exactly where. Brothers may know, or you may have heard about it. But brothers are already in these other countries, like them governments ain't playing that. They're already coming today. What you out here doing? What you hear? We hear what you talking about. What's up? They're already beginning with them brothers, man. So you got to know it's going to come here to America. Okay? You signed up for this. But when we flee to these cities and flee to these areas and people receive us in and they know what you about, they hear what you talking about, and they receive you and they believe and they feed you and they house you for a little while till you can make your next move, them people going to be rewarded, man, in their belief and their faith in you. It's an example of that was Rahab the harlot, and she wasn't even an Israelite, as far as I know anyway. She was a Canaanite, if I believe. If I remember it properly. But she got saved out of that city, out of Gomorrah, because she helped those men that went out to check it out, those Israelite spies that went to go spy out the city. Okay? So people will help you in this thing because they believe in you and they believe in Yahawashi, especially when you deliver the message unto them. The Heavenly Father's going to put the Spirit on them for these things to happen. All right? So that was pretty much the lesson, Akim, you know, for all you that tune in, you know, that would catch this later or whatever on the re-upload or whatever the case may be. So just a stiff warning that before you sign up for this thing, you have to know the full outcome of your role and what could possibly happen in this thing. Okay? You got to understand the big picture of this thing, that you will be a wanted man in this truth, that they will try to kill you, and a lot of us will be killed, and some of us will be killed. Okay? But there's still the glory that comes with that honorable death. There's still the glory if we endure all the way through the end. Okay? So Lord willing, brothers was edified. I want to give all praise and glories unto Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahawashi, Ba'ashim Harakakwadash. Shalom, Akia. And I'm closing out right now. The water for tuning in. Double honor to elder apostles at Great Millstone who rule well and have thoroughly manifested all that we need in this truth to learn, that we need to consider and learn. They don't just tell us the beauty of this, all the glory and wonderful and the wisdom and knowledge. And they don't only teach us that. They teach us the nastiness, the grittiness, the ugly side of the truth, man. That we have to be prepared in our with that. Okay? Double and greedy salutations and blessings unto the brothers that give their life and their diligence for this truth, man. For Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahawashi, man. To you I say shalom. The water for tuning in. Shalom.